Good morning. It's a freezing cold day here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but with Christmas only 10 days away, who could ask for a better gift than the new amendments to the Constitution? Isn't that right, Ashton?
Yeah.
Well, all of you have been fighting for that warm spot next to your fireplace. Our country's leaders, the fathers of our nation, have been hard at work to secure our natural rights through their new amendments released today. Despite how hard they've been at work, they've graciously accepted to give some special interviews to our station. Isn't that exciting, Ashton?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what they had to say.
How much longer do I have to sit here before I get paid?
Good evening, Mr. Washington. It's a pleasure to have you on our show today. Everyone is really excited about the new changes occurring in our country. But with these changes, many people have questions. One common one is, why did we change from the Articles of Confederation to the Constitution we are now amending?
Well, to be frank, they sucked. We couldn't get no money. None. Nada. Because we couldn't collect those taxes, and on top of it, passing laws was nearly impossible. You had to get 9/13 colonies to agree. Basically impossible. Plus, the judges were all local and as corrupt as those Renaissance Pope guys way back in the day. But at least they had fun. Also, we didn't have the head honcho, me, president of the U.S. or A, which is a tragedy in itself. But also caused states to enforce the laws on their own.
We all know of the Constitutional Congress and the 55 men who gathered together to figure out the Constitution. But how and why did you come to the conclusions you made?
Well, as you know, 55 of us gathered from every state but Rhode Island. You know Rhode Island. Classic Rhode Island. I think it is that whole Napoleon complex. They just can't handle being so small. Anyway, we all got together in Philadelphia to figure out the Constitution because the Articles of Confederation just wasn't working. To be honest, it took forever, and the whole process is like watching a cat fight. I mean, Will had the Virginia plan, the New Jersey plan, the Hamilton plan, which didn't really work. Hamilton plan. Luckily, the heat forced us to make a compromise, the Connecticut Compromise. The federal legislature and the House of Representatives is determined by population, and the Senate, all states have 2 representatives.
Thank you for answering my question. Next, we'll have an interview with James Madison. You won't want to miss, but first, a message from our sponsors. With the new right to petition, you can petition all you want. Imagine all the tea that could have been saved in the Boston Tea Party if only we had the materials. Well, now we do. Buy this picket sign for one small payment of $19.99. Call within 5 minutes and get another free picket sign. Call now and we'll add 1 free picket sign and an ink set. All for one small price of $19.99. Shipping not included. Welcome back to Revolutionary News, brought to you.
How did he come up with the ideas for the Constitution?
Well, it came with help from the inspiration of the Enlightenment thinkers. Hobbes, Locke, Montesquieu, and Rousseau inspired the ideas of social contract theory, natural rights, separation of powers, and popular sovereignty.
And how did you fix the Constitution?
It gave Congress the right to collect taxes, have an independent judiciary, and an executive branch, as well as it made it easier for amendments and laws to be passed. It also established rule of law, so no one, not even that troublemaker Washington, can be above the law.
How's this thing set up?
The Constitution is set up by 7 articles. 1 through 3 set up the 3 branches of the government: the legislative branch to make the laws, the executive branch to enforce the laws, and the judicial branch to interpret the laws. It also strengthened the relationship between states, laid out how to amend the Constitution, and established how debts would be paid, as well as the process of ratifying the Constitution.
If it is so great, then why do we need the amendment?
Well, you see, they help protect citizens' civil rights and liberties. You see, they...
Well, that's all. Here's some ads.
Look at these poor soldiers that protected you and your country, but that you have needlessly kicked to the streets with your Third Amendment. Donate just $1 a month to saving soldiers' lives that have already saved yours. This message is sponsored by King George III.
Welcome back to Revolutionary News, brought to you. We have a little game set up. I'm going to hold up a card with an amendment, and you're going to tell me what it does.
Do I get a cheat sheet? No, seriously.
Okay. Amendment 1.
5 basic freedoms.
Amendment 2 through 4.
Right to protect against British colonial rule.
Amendment 5 through 6.
Protect people's right while going through the judicial process.
And 9.
Safety net.
Okay, and 10.
Limits the federal government to allow some power for the state.
See, you didn't need a cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Things seem to be heating up here as we work our way into history.
Where's your sketcher 2 go?
I have no idea, he just left.
I hate my job.
Try dealing with the consul in Congress for a couple months, then we'll compare.